main part. So I'm just kneading up my icing, making it more pliable. You guys have already done that, so that's cool. So what we're going to do is with that piece, I'm going to cut that in half. And then with one of those halves, we're going to cut a quarter off. I'm going to use the larger part, so the 3/4 we're going to use. The rest just put away for the moment. Yeah, you cut it in half and then cut a quarter off your half. Yep. Now we need to put a little bit of Tylose into this, so what I'm going to do is I've got a large container, so I'm just going to dip mine. And I'm going to get a coating of Tylose on my icing. With yours, because you've got it in a bag, you can just sprinkle some on top. So just put a small layer of Tylose into your icing. And you just need to knead that through. With the Tylose, you can actually put too much. So be really careful with it. When you're trying to work with it, it will get really tough and really dry. So it's a bit of a fine line. Sometimes you don't get enough and other times you get too much. So as I'm kneading the Tylose through...
Can we take the switch down as well?
Oh, sorry. I'm bringing all the creases to the bottom, or at this point in time it's on the top. So all the creases are on the top, and then on the bottom it's nice and smooth. So once I've done that and I've kneaded in the Tylose, I'm going to make a ball in my hand. And as I'm doing that, I'm trying to get rid of the creases in the bottom. So they're sort of disappearing. What they're meant to be anyway. Okay, so my goal here is to make a nice smooth round ball. Now, if you've still got a few more creases, I don't know if you can see that there, there's a few there. Just rub it with the palm of your hand, put a bit of friction, a bit of heat there, and it will actually make them disappear. It makes your icing nice and glossy as well. How's everyone going? Good? Okay. Now what I'm going to do is make a pear shape out of that icing. So I'm just going to put it on the bottom, on my bench here. If you have any creases or anything like that you can't get rid of, make sure you put it on the bottom because then you won't be able to see it. So I'm just going to roll the icing with my hands tilted inwards at the top. So I'm bringing the icing up and I'm making a cone or a pear shape. Now the idea is to use the palm of your hands because if you're using your fingers you're going to get finger marks all through your icing and you don't want that, so you want it nice and smooth. If you have a little bit of trouble with it, I sometimes turn it upside down and then cup it in my hands like this, and then I get a nicer shape. Okay, so I'm after a shape like that. Pick the front of your bear that you like the most. We're just going to make a little mark with our finger at the front that you think is going to be the front, and then you've got a little pot belly there. Okay, so just rub your finger along a little bit. Okay, now at this point we need to do any markings that you want on the body. I'm going to make some markings up the back and or down the front of the bear. So with the shell tool, I'm going to start from the bottom and curl it up. Find the spot where I finished and then curl it up all the way to the top there. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it around and do the same at the front. and then you have your stitching. So our next part we're going to do is making the bottom legs. So that quarter that you cut off your half, you're going to need that. And you're also going to need to put some tie lace in that as well. So just coat it a little bit. So about that much on your icing. I'm just going to knead that through. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to roll it in my hands and get rid of any marks, any lines. I want it nice and smooth. Everybody got their tie lace in? What I'm going to do now is just roll a sausage. So you can either roll your sausage between your hands, or if you need to, just roll it on your table. Now this is all proportional now, so obviously each bear is different shape, different size. So I'm going to roll my sausage, and I'm going to place it up against my bear. And I'm thinking I might like that a little bit thinner. So just go roll a little bit more. Okay, so I'm happy with that size. So I'm going to cut one end, make it nice and straight. And I'm just going to smooth it off. So it's nice and flat and straight. The other end, I'm going to put that at the front, so that's where his foot is. I'm going to come around to the back. Now I want his legs to sort of start from about here. So I'll cut that off. And with that in it, I'm going to taper it. So it's going to not go nice and flush with the body. That against his body again, just to make sure the size is okay, shape is okay. So then I've got my leg